Welcome back to another episode of Ragnarok's Coolest Cards. And this is going to apply both for Ragnarok Online as well as Ragnarok Zero Global. So today I'm in Toy Factory because there are actually two of the coolest cards in the game in this little dungeon right here. And that's the Mist Case card and the Cruiser card. So let's start with the Mist Case card. It is a card that gets compounded on your headgear, which, usually means that you just slap it into a hat and, that's it. And it adds a chance of getting a gift box each time you kill a monster. Doesn't matter what monster, doesn't matter what way you kill it, whatever. You just have a chance of getting a gift box each time a monster is killed. Furthermore, this card is also part of a merchant card set, which by itself it's a pretty cool card set, but really that's hardly the reason anybody wants it, right? Maybe some brewer or a smith will want this card just for the for the set, or I don't know, some shenanigans with old purple boxes. I don't know. Everybody else uses it for the gift boxes. The card itself might just say increase your profits by 5% or 3% or whatever, right? Because that's pretty much it. If you're gonna be killing, let's say, sleepers for hours on end, you're just gonna be killing thousands of sleepers, you're gonna basically get probably like 100 additional gift boxes, which all of them are you gonna sell to an NPC. And if the sell price is nerfed in the official release, because I don't know why, but it might be, then you can always open them and just sell the loot that's inside them. They do have quite decent items that can drop out of them, but people don't really open them. From my experience, they just sell them to an NPC because it's just additional Zenny for you. So yeah, that's it. I think it's one of the coolest cards, and it's actually very easy to obtain. That's what makes it really cool as well. Like, mist cases are very easy to kill. They don't really cost anything. They don't really do anything to you. Toy Dungeon is it called Toy Factory? Yeah, isn't really hard to get either. Hard to get to either. There can be some leveling parties in there. I'm not really sure, but people used to level up here back in the day. So yeah, that is number one. Mistcase card was always part of my farming setup, especially now that we're gonna have auto hunting on the official release of Ragnarok Zero Global. Mistcase card will probably be in a very 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 high demand. Specifically because we don't really have that many crazy headgear slots. I mean, you got your Apple of Archer, that's fairly easy to obtain as well. You might get your Ghost Bandana if somebody kills a Ghost Ring, but that's really about it. For at the beginning of the game, there aren't very many headgear choices. You're gonna have your Siratura hat, which is gonna give you 50 HP or something like this, and and then you slap a Mistcase card in it. GG. Right, so let's move on to Cruiser card. So Cruiser card specifically is only here because of the Hunter card set. I mean, it does have an effect of having 10% more damage with critical attack, and it gives you crit plus 7 on brute monsters, and it's a weapon card. But I use this card as part of a Hunter set, but when I'm playing a rogue. And I think that makes it really cool. It's a card that comes within a series of cards in this game that have the same effect, like 10% more damage with critical attack and crit plus 7 on a certain race of monsters. So you got Assaulter card, which I think it's on the My Human monsters and all that, right? The Hunter card set in itself is fantastic. It gives you 20% more range attack damage. It gives you Agi plus 5, Dex plus 3, and plus 20% seeking attack, which it's an attack that never misses the target, right? And I think this is the only thing in the original game. By original, I'm referring to like pre-fourth jobs, right? That gives you this type of ability, like 20% seeking attack on an auto attack sort of thing. So you will never 20% chance to never miss. Then that is insane, right? It has a low chance of auto casting common brute monsters when attacking, and you get plus 5% XP from brute monsters when you are an archer class. So that doesn't apply to the rogues, but as a rogue, you're really gonna want that plus 20% range attack damage and Agi and Dex plus, right? Because you're probably gonna copy triple attack, and you're gonna use a bow that's gonna have 2 slots for sure, because you're gonna use a sidewinder and you're gonna use a cruiser in it. At least that's what I do, right? I put a cruiser card, and then I put a sidewinder card in it, and then I get the rest of the hunter card set, And it ends up working on a rogue as well, which is kind of cool. You wouldn't think about it. Some people still to this day do not know that unless it says archer class bonus, merchant class bonus, blah blah blah, the card set still works for you. It's just named hunter card set because it's designed for hunters technically. Well, another technicality, it's also designed for bards and dancers. It's part of the bard dancer card set as well, which gives you a dex plus 5, 5% arrow vulcan damage, and 10% musical strike damage, which in terms of Ragnarok 0 global, it might have some sort of significance here. 10% musical damage, musical strike damage is going to be significant because that skill got significantly buffed in Ragnarok 0. And casting level 2 Tarot Card of Fate, that also might be very, 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 very interesting, except that it's probably going to give you an aftercast delay sort of thing. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out if that works or not in the global release. So yeah, that was episode 2 of Ragnarok's coolest cards, the Mist Case and the Cruiser cards. All in one dungeon, or very easy to obtain, and quite versatile cards as well. Especially Mist Case card, because it basically goes on every farming character right off the bat of the beginning of the game. Usually when I start a server, I would head out to Toy Factory and stay there until I find a Mist Case card and then I move on. So I either sell that card because there will be people wanting to buy it, but if it's like the very beginning of the server, just keep it, right? Because nobody's gonna have this any. Yeah, that's it. And I'll see you in the next video. I have a pretty decent amount of videos coming, if not already on the channel, depending on the time you're watching this one. Alright, bye bye. Have a good one.